Yup. You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm back at it. Your boy Ejay the DJ, man. This Fubu Radio, the Power Connect. We just having a good time. I got Char Curry in the building.
Hey.
Like when I say she's out here doing her thing, like being an advocate for the women, for the guys, for females, for everybody. Because I ain't gonna lie, social media got the world going upside down. What are these females thinking about? I don't know. We gonna talk about it today. Char Curry in the building. What's going on?
What's up? Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am Char Curry, a.k.a. Says What She Wants, the #1 female advocate for men, but also a sister to women. I'm here with you. What's up?
Oh, man. It's so much I want to uncover with you because there's been so much going on in just social media land, the world, with the relationships.
Yep.
And I just want to ask you, with your experience and your expertise, why do you feel like the world is coming to where it's at right now?
You know what? There's a lot that goes into it. There's the psychological state of the masses. So you have that society is controlling the masses because people don't think for themselves.
They don't.
And so what happens is you have the sheep mentality, if you will. But also the fact that there's reality TV, there's social media, there's music, and a lot of the stuff that's on TV, as you know, will get into your psyche and you won't even, it'll be unbeknownst to you, and so what happens is you get people acting out of these behaviors or acting out of what they saw or what they heard, not even knowing or realizing that this is entertainment. That's not their real life. This is entertainment.
At all. And I seen somebody talk about it the other day. They would say, looking like Sexy Red. Sexy Red is having a baby right now. So she's getting chosen. I mean, somebody chose her. And a lot of these females is following the suit and they are losing tremendously bad. And it's like I see the trend of these females saying that they won't date a guy that makes over $100,000, and that's like not realistic. Like the average person don't, like, it's like 7% of the world that makes a certain amount of money. And these girls are not even qualified to even stand in that bracket, but they want somebody in that bracket.
Right.
What do you say to females like that? What's your interpretation of females like that?
You reference Sexy Red. I do not follow celebrity, I don't follow celebrity news. I'm just not up with that hype, They're regular people just like y'all.
Yes,
if y'all would catch that part,
yes,
if y'all would catch that, where's the camera? Which one?
Right here.
If y'all would catch that part,
yes, ma'am,
that y'all are not these celebrities, listen, this is entertainment, okay? That is not your real life.
Facts.
But for those that follow along with that, you can tell that they don't have a certain level of intelligence or certain level or being in touch with themselves.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So somebody that's in touch with themselves and in touch with reality, they know that that's entertainment and they can separate the two.
Gotcha.
But somebody that's not, they're going to see, oh, okay, well, that's what she's doing. Okay, well, I'm going to bend my ass over. I'm going to twerk. I'm gonna talk like this. I'm gonna treat men like this. And as far as the 6-figure thing, we know that's a very 2 to 7%. 2
to 7%.
And also besides that, they say they want a good man, but yet they're acting like the Sexy Reds and people of that nature.
Exactly.
And besides that, they're online on social media every day, sending subliminals, posting stuff, talking bad about men. But yet, on the flip side, they say they want a good man. Girl, which one is it? We want to know.
That's what I always say. Like, I see a lot of females, like, they throw subs, they post, and I just don't understand it. And like, I could never understand. I'm not a female. I don't even try to. I gave up trying to figure it out. I just sit back and I just try to analyze and watch things how it is, and I just realize certain people are who they are, and that's not going to change. And social media, for me, my personal opinion, it brings it out. It brings out the right way. It shows people like who you really are.
Yeah.
What made you get into being the advocate part for women and males? Yeah,
so the reason why I do what I do is because I feel like so many times us as women, we fail to dig out or either realize that we went through childhood trauma in adolescence, and then from a previous partner. So what happens is you could have a good man right in front of you, right? You could have a man that's upstanding, that is loyal, and that does what he's supposed to do as a man, but you have the skewed lens, right? You got these rose lenses on, right? And so you can't even treat him the way in which you're supposed to treat him due to the fact that you're still living out of the trauma and the drama that you grew up in or that you experienced. That's why it's imperative to get around people with wisdom, get around people that are going to call you out on your shit. Stop always going to the yes man. If you got a yes man around you, a yes woman around you, get rid of their ass because you're self-sabotaging. Have a good day.
listen, and my thing is, that I have it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm happy you said that. How do somebody get help, or how do somebody like get rid of that? I don't want to say get rid of it, but how somebody go through the experience of Dad, you just said the word you just said.
Like reaching back with it, like their old self.
You just said when a person
Trauma and drama.
Trauma. Mm-hmm. How do somebody get past the trauma? How do you go past that? Because some people don't even know they're in trauma right now.
Right. So this is the thing. What works for what works for one person may not work for the other. And also you have to realize that at different times, at different time frames, different emotional, psychological states, you may need one and not the other. So for myself, the way I got out of it, honestly, like for the most part, is I journaled. I'm writing a book right now. It's called Journaling to Freedom. It's how I journaled myself out of the pit. Gotcha. I went through the times as a child that I didn't want to remember. And people, just so you know, I remember stuff from when I was 3 years old. A lot of people don't realize that their kids remember stuff like that. So you go back, you journal about it, you get therapy, you talk to family members, older, wiser family members, and say, "Do you remember this?" You know, because sometimes what happens is we stuff the trauma and the drama down so much that we don't remember it. So we're still acting out of that realm, and it takes us back to that space. We're operating out of that, but we don't even realize it or know it. So I would say journaling, I would say therapy, I would say talk therapy, radiotherapy, freeway therapy, go to the beach, whatever gives you that freedom and whatever puts you back to where you could look inside yourself in a real raw way.
Yeah.
But you also have to come out of denial. A lot of people can't and won't go to therapy or get the help that they need because they are in denial. Because they're perfect.
Do you think that's a black thing? Or African American thing?
I'm not going to say it's a black thing. It's an everybody thing. But I will say, as far as us, what happens is we grew up, right? And we were told you were supposed to be seen and not heard, right?
Yes.
So we have this thing, right? Where it's like the kids in the home are supposed to be quiet. But at the end of the day, you expect them to grow up and stand up for themselves as adolescents and young adults up into adulthood. And when you have a spouse or get married, but yet they haven't learned the proper communication skills because they weren't taught in the home, because they were taught to shut up and just be seen. That's it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Because my therapy is fishing. Like, I'm therapeutic. I love fishing. And we talked about that online, too. We definitely talked about that. Listen, we got to hit the water.
We got to. I think I found a couple spots.
Yeah,
I got to ask you about them.
I got my fishing pole, like, in the car, so I'm ready when you're ready. Listen, anytime. And I've been looking to go to Florida, too. Because in Florida, they got some good fishing spots out there, too.
Yep.
We can talk about that more offline.
I heard about that. We out.
Yeah, but sure, that's my therapeutic way to relax.
Yep.
I dealt with some toxic girls in the past, and they've already been bad, and their vision is blurry because I dealt with a lot of overthinkers. And what do you think the cause is overthinking?
You know what? It just depends on the person. You know, I always tell everybody there's no cookie cutter way of dealing with things. There's no cookie cutter answer for things. Everybody's different. So where one might have an underlying level of anxiety that's like through the roof, right?
Yeah.
So she may have experienced something in life and she may always be on 10. You know, there's that fight or flight mode. So you may have someone that's actually dealing with a clinical level of anxiety. You may have someone that something happened to in their past and there's this trauma, right? So then they're like always on edge, like, you know, they're thinking, you know, that they can't trust you and things of that nature, right? Or they think somebody's out to get them. No, I'm serious.
No, I believe you. I definitely believe you.
A lot of people, and also it can even go back to childhood because, as you know, like studies have shown, like people that weren't nurtured properly in their earlier years have issues with trusting people later on in life.
Wow, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think marijuana is a form of therapy?
I believe it can be for some people. Okay. Absolutely. And not only because I'm from California.
Okay. No, this had to ask that because is I feel like sometimes it'd be a chemical imbalance with people because sometimes like I'm meeting more people and sometimes I feel like a lot of people just don't be making sense of things that they do. Okay. You know, I'm very observant of things and a lot of females that I meet. How do you feel about females and getting like body augmentation?
You like the BBLs and all that?
Yes.
So you know what? To each their own, but you know, at the end of the day, it's part of, you know, the culture. It's part of a lot of people's culture nowadays. So they see other people doing it, and if they're into celebrities, then they see that, and so they tend to think that, oh, I'm supposed to look this way. I want to get this. I want to get that. But also, I feel like it's a lot to do with people not knowing themselves, loving themselves, and coming to the realization that, you know what, I'm okay. I'm
Gotcha.
okay. If I want to change something internally
Yeah.
for the better, I mean, that's one thing. But to continue, and some people get, they continue to do it. They always want to change something about their face, about their, their body. And so it just depends. It depends on where they're at psychologically, emotionally, and, what type of things they pay attention to.
See, like one person that like changed their body around was Little Kim. Like Kimberly Jones is like my
so
favorite.
beautiful.
She was super beautiful.
Gosh,
Like
what
I love her.
happened?
Like I call it Kimberly Jones. I don't know. I had to post her on my wall. Like see Little Kim now, and I don't know what she was trying to achieve. They said she was trying to go for the Janet Jackson look, and it just didn't work for her.
It didn't work for nobody.
Nobody.
Janet is Janet, y'all.
Yeah, it just been crazy. So how would you help somebody? How would you help a male going through this? Like, what advice would you give to a male, like just really like trying to understand himself and going through the trials and tribulations of life?
So as far as like himself or relationships, like what aspect?
Just himself, like, because a lot of men don't talk to each other. A lot of men don't have that outlet as females do. Females will call a homegirl and have the outlet. A lot of men don't.
Yeah.
So like, what advice would you give for a male that's going through it? Because I'm pretty sure somebody's tuned in right now that's going through it and they don't know what direction to go in, or because a lot of men go through so much, but they bottle it in, and some guys turn to alcoholics. Some guys get really violent, and it's always something with trauma with guys. Just want to get an idea from you.
So this is the thing, and this is part of a big reason why I do what I do, is because there's so many of you guys that don't have outlets, right? It's like next to nil, okay? Very little to nil. And women, we have TVs, blogs, TV shows, mamas, aunties, cousins, sisters, brothers. We can go to them, and what happens is they won't judge us. They won't call us simps. They won't call us weak for opening up to them, right? But on the flip side of that, you guys get called all these derogatory names, and they actually make things worse for you guys. They're like, I'm already feeling bad. Now you drive me off to the deep end.
Yeah.
So I would say to make sure that you know who you're opening up to. Make sure that you know yourself. As much work as you can do on yourself emotionally and psychologically, do it, because then that will open your eyes even more to not only yourself, but to not have people around you that aren't supposed to be around you. Some people, just because they're family members, think that they have to deal with people. No, some of your closest family members don't want the best for you.
That's a fact.
I'm a prime example, and now they see me. I said what I said.
That's a fact. I love it. So let's talk about your book for a second. When is your book coming out?
Okay, so I have three out already.
Okay,
and then I have a lot more coming out. So I have Masks, Why We Wear Them, and the effects they have on our day-to-day lives. That one is a self-therapy journal, but there's a lot of meat in there. I have to bring you one.
Okay.
And so that one talks about childhood trauma, parental heartache, because most of our first heartache and trauma starts in the home with our parents.
Yes.
It talks about mental wellness. It talks about the power of forgiveness and things of that nature. So that's that one. Then I wrote, Here You Go, Sis, The Blueprint to His Soul. That's the one, mostly for the ladies or for the men to give to their ladies.
Okay.
And it talks about how to treat a man, and I call it the blueprint because I was going to sleep one night and I was like, God, how do I turn my content into a book? Because my people want a book.
Yes.
And I was going to sleep. It was 1:00. I stayed up for 6 hours that night, right? And I wrote over half the book.
That's what I'm talking about.
In one setting.
I love it.
And it talks about how to treat your man well. It's called the blueprint because it goes from each room. It goes from the front yard to the living room to the kitchen to, and there's even a bonus bedroom section in the back. And I'm a sex therapist, so make sure y'all, I'm the guru. So call me if you need me, okay?
When you say a sex therapist, what is a sex therapist?
Well, I call myself a sex guru. Okay. Because this is the thing. You have to be so in tune with yourself that you can open up to your partner about it. And what I ran into was people that were afraid to open up to their partners. They were afraid to open up to the ones that they were actually laying down with. And I say, if you're afraid to open up to this person, you shouldn't be laying down with them.
I got you.
So it helps you become more in tune with yourself. It helps you get more tips and tricks as far as, what to use in the bedroom and how to use it and all that. So, yeah.
No, that's very interesting because I feel like with social media, sex got easier and love got harder.
Say it again?
I feel like since social media, sex got easier and love got harder.
You know what? It's because there's so much sexual things in your face all the time. You can get it at the drop of a dime, right? It's always in your face. But at the end of the day, due to people not knowing how to actually love themselves, I feel like they get things misconstrued as far as,
I agree with you with that.
sex and love. It's like, no, they could be laying down with you, baby, but that don't mean they love you and care about you.
I agree with you that 100%. 100%. 100%. Because up next to me, I love you. Listen, I'm here for one night, not a long night.
He said what he said.
Nah. How do you feel about Atlanta?
I love Atlanta.
How long you been here for?
I've been here for 2 months. I've been coming back and forth for 2 years. And then I've been journaling. I have journals that I have over 30 years with the journals, right? But I have journals dating back like 15 years where I was like, God, if you can, if I can get to Atlanta, like I just knew I was supposed to be here. As if you open up the door, I'm there, and God opened up the door, and so I flew through it.
So compared to California to Atlanta, explain some differences between California and Atlanta.
The lingo, of course.
Yes.
The food. We got food in Atlanta because I'm from the Bay.
Y'all got good
from the
food.
Bay Area. Like, there's food everywhere.
Atlanta trash.
But see, out there, it's like, it's Chinese food and Mexican food. Yes. Out here, it's just all soul food. Now, why y'all putting them yams and them greens in front of me? Well, I like cornbread. Don't do that.
See, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't do that.
I don't know what you get. I didn't have good soul food yet. I'm with the Virgils. That was really it. That's the only soul food spot I went to so far was Virgils.
Really? What about brunch?
I ain't been to brunch.
Really? Okay.
I need to go to a brunch. Like, where they got some good soul food at? I've been looking for some good soul food.
Some soul food.
Somebody's grandmother
in
cooking.
My kitchen, of course.
Okay. I have to talk about. See, listen.
In my kitchen.
Some loving. That's loving. Because everybody Atlanta is damn lemon pepper chicken wings. I'm not a lemon pepper stepper, but I got caught up one night and they got some lemon pepper and it's just busting. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I'm still against lemon pepper.
Yeah.
I'm still against them.
Okay.
It's too salty. It's too salty.
It is salty.
It's too salty.
It depends on how you make it. Because if you make it at home, see that's the key to it.
Yeah.
That's the key to it.
Yeah,
Know how to make it at home.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Gauchers.
Okay.
Now that brunch, that if you like fish and shrimp, do you like fish and shrimp?
I love seafood.
Well, then you definitely have to go to Gauchers and get it's grits and you get this fried snapper and these shrimp.
Okay.
The sauce.
I'm gonna check that out.
That's the only thing I ever ordered.
See, that's the thing. Atlanta is dope, and I love the black folks out here. The success of black folks. How do you feel about the black love out here in Atlanta?
Oh my gosh, it's tremendous. It is tremendous.
I'm happy you saying this because I brought that up for a reason because the stereotype of Atlanta is you can't find a man. You everybody's this way, everybody's that way, but that's a stereotype.
Yes.
But it's really a lot of success out here, a lot of black love, a lot of opportunities out here.
Yes.
You just got to know how to get in where you fit in and fit in where you get in.
That's
right. One thing about Atlanta. Like you can't stay stuck in a box and don't listen to what these bloggers are saying, what these influencers saying, because they're gonna sell you a dream and make it seem like Atlanta is just one box. But Georgia is huge.
Yeah.
Atlanta is like a borough. If you're from New York City, it's like a borough. It's like a borough. But it's so many places outside of Atlanta, 45 minutes, an hour away. But you still could come to Atlanta and have a good time. Yeah. It's still dope places. Houses is phenomenal.
Yeah.
What do you expect Atlanta to bring you in the next 6 months?
You know what? I've been networking so much. I spent the day yesterday networking and I've met some of the dopest people. And besides that, I've been coming back for, like I said, almost 2 years, right? And it's like they were noticing me before, they were recognizing me before, but in the last week I got noticed, like I got recognized like 3 times. And today this dude, he's like, he gets on his knees and like, oh my gosh, you're my guardian angel.
That's what's up. I'm
like, and then one was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I ran up on Beyonce.
Now, what did you do for him to say all that? What did you do?
You know what? This is the thing.
That energy.
This is the thing. That's how you know God sent me.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to feel like that and experience something like that about a stranger.
Yes.
If you're in tune, because I know people do that with celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just like y'all. I am not a celebrity. I do not take on that role. we on evil plane. I am not above you. I'm not below you. We right here, right? So I'm very humble about stuff like that. But as far as the next 6 months, I will have a TV show. The TV show will get off the ground. It very much will be.
I love it. It. So, as relationships are growing in Atlanta, it's so much toxic out here. Why do you think it's so much toxic relationships? Why do you think it's so much toxic females? Why there's so much toxic guys? Why do you think toxic is so cool now?
There is so much out there. There's so many reasons why, As far as the women, I feel like there is a lot that has to do with, like I said, social media, reality TV.
Yes.
Also due to the fact that society tries to always pit women against men, pit women over men. And, as far as the income bracket, or as far as the career, as far as the stature, as far as their clout or whatnot, the networks they're in. So it's like women think, a lot of women nowadays that make a certain amount or have a certain career in certain circles, they think they're over men. They think they're above men, or they think that they don't need a man. Bullshit. You do. You do.
Like I hear that a lot with females saying, "Yo, I'm good. I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing." And I just try to understand, why do they think that? Like, why they think it's okay to say that? And I feel like that's so wrong in so many ways.
In this culture, right? It's a fuck ninjas, because I don't like saying niggas. Fuck ninjas, get money.
Yeah.
Right? It's that type of vibe, right? And so what you do is you have people up here who are saying these things, and then it spreads like wildfire to the masses. And also these people are down here and they don't know how to think for themselves.
Right.
So therefore you have the It's a shitty pool, but at the end of the day, you can choose to change at any moment. So I have talked to women. I do talk to women. I'm not against y'all ladies. I just want us to do better as a whole. Like, seriously, we don't have to be against the men. We don't have to trash them. We don't have to belittle them. We don't have to abuse them. We can all come together and really get along. Yeah. Like, seriously, we really can.
I definitely agree with you 100%. And I just be looking at the how the world is and the toxic behavior and the things females be saying. And sometimes I'll be like, is this a joke to go viral, or this is real?
Right.
So a lot of times I just be like trying to get an understanding. I'm happy you came, because you give me a clear understanding for what you do and helping the people of your stature. Is like, wow, like people don't really think no more. And I didn't really look at it like that, like with the social media, TV, everything is so toxic. Got females thinking they could be better than guys cursing females out. It's just to the point where it's no standards on both sides, and everybody is at war, but we should be working together to go up. Because regardless of the fact, we need each other.
Yeah,
we need each other
absolutely.
to go up.
No matter what color, creed, culture you are, we all need each other. And people could say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, it boils down to mentality, and it boils down to mindset and choices. Be so mindful of yourself that you humble yourself, that you make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do for yourself and those around you. Because whether you want people to look at you or not, people are looking at you. So why not be something positive in somebody's life?
Nah, I agree with you with that. And Atlanta's the perfect place. Yes. So much been going on. Any last minute words?
I thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
There is no gender war. There is no women against men. It's just the simple fact that a lot of people need to come to reality as far as society pitting you against one another. There is no gender war.
Yeah, like listen, ladies, if you out there, man, find a good dude. It's getting cold out there. It's getting cold out there, ladies.
We ain't talking about weather.
Word up. It's getting cold out there. It's a cold world, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If you don't got somebody solid down, you better get somebody. And fellas, stop playing this chase them around game, and they gonna last forever, man. You ain't gonna be young forever. So you better get somebody to lock you down now, because being old and alone is something I don't condone. You know what it is, man. It's Ejay the DJ. This Fubu Radio. It's the Power Connect. We having a good time. Char Curry in the building. We just vibing. Like I said, she gave you some gems. She gave you some jewels. She here to help you out. Hope this help you. Hope you get a better understanding. I want you to hit her up. If you want some deeper understanding, hit her up. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yes, absolutely. So you can find me at Says What She Wants, SAYS What She Wants, across the board, all social media, TikTok, IG, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you click the link in my bio to find out what's going on. If you need to book a session with me, call me, text me, DM me, email me.
Man, I think that's really important, man, to book a session. Get your mind right. 24, you need to go up and not down. So if you go down, it's your fault. If you go up, we help you. Talk about it later.